Hello, Mr. T here. In this session, the piece I would like to talk about is the second movement of the Trumpet Concerto by Joseph Haydn. I've chosen this piece as it is set for grade 6, list A. If you choose to play this piece for your grade, here are some ideas on how you could improve your marks. Firstly, let me play the melody. Yes, I agree with you. Not very musical, not very interesting. Has no character about it. It's all the same. So how can I make it more interesting and more musical? The points I will cover are tempo, dynamics, articulation, and musicianship. Firstly, tempo. Two things to notice about tempo. Firstly, the speed at the beginning, then look through the piece to see if this changes. And at the beginning, you can see it says andante. That is all there is, no other tempo instruction, just andante. And if you're not sure what this term means, use your Oxford Companion to Music or another dictionary, encyclopedia to find the meaning of this tempo indicator. So how fast then should it go? I'll play the first 8 bars to give you some idea of what I think it should sound like. So andante, a walking pace. I don't think it needs to go any faster than that, and that gives you time then to get in those demi-semi-quavers without sounding rushed. Now let's look through the piece to see if this tempo changes. And you will see there's only one change, and that's at the end where it says rall. And this is short for rallentando, which means a gradual slowing down. There are no other markings, and I'll come back to this a little later. Now let's add dynamics to tempo. At the beginning it's marked P, piano, soft. Then notice as you look through the piece, the only other marking is forte. However, there are crescendos and diminuendos, but how loud or soft should they be? If you're not sure what these terms mean, again use your Oxford Companion to Music or dictionary, encyclopedia to find what these markings mean. And again, I'll come back to this later. Now for articulation, the tonguing and slurring. Have a look through the piece and you will see there are various markings which you will need to play. Curved lines are the slurs, and here you will need to tongue the first and then play the others without tonguing, making them as smooth as possible. Dots underneath the notes show staccato. However, there is a little strange bit in the markings. Sometimes you see curved lines with the dots. And I think what the composer means here is that the notes need to be separated rather than too short. So a little bit tongued just to give a slight separation. I'll play from bar 30 just to give you some idea of what is meant. So you can see there's the long curved line there, not so much a slur, more of a phrase mark. So still tongue those staccato ones, but don't make them too short, just a little separation. Lastly, now that we have tempo, dynamics and articulation, the technical bits, it's time to think about musicianship. And what this means is thinking about what story is the music wanting you to tell through your playing. Well, there's not a lot to go on here. As you can see, the piece is the second movement of the concerto, and as is traditional, it's the slow movement. Look carefully at the slurs and the phrase marks. Try to keep your playing as smooth and as flowing as you can. Use the crescendos in bars 38 and 43 to help you with that top B flat. Also, have a think about the crescendos and diminuendos in bars 30, 31. How loud should they get? I would suggest just a little going up and a little coming back again. But you have a think and decide what you think works best. With musicianship, there are no right or wrong answers. Different performers will have different ideas. That's what musicianship is all about. Now the 4 points, tempo, dynamics, articulation and musicianship have been covered. I will end by playing through the piece, thinking about these ideas, and you will be able to compare it with the first playthrough and see the difference.